Hello vlog. You're probably wondering why I'm sitting here in the mostly dark, right? I'll get there in a minute. But welcome back to another vlog. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another bout of chaos, if you will. It is Monday, July 3rd. Tomorrow's July 4th. This weekend is my husband's birthday weekend. And we had a whole extravaganza planned, right? We had something planned for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We had all the plans. If I'm kind of whispering, it's because Dylan is in our room sleep, but yeah, we had all the plans for his birthday, and it just seems like nothing wants to go according to plan. Except for Friday. Friday is a must, but I'm gonna admit I'm actually terrified about Friday. He doesn't know what Friday is yet. I guess I can tell y'all now. We are actually going on a dinner cruise in DC. He's never seen the monuments. He's never seen, actually been through DC. And this, one day we'll actually go out and explore DC, but I feel like this is like the cutest version of a date night to explore DC as I could think of. And those tickets aren't cheap. So yeah, we're just gonna have to weather the storm, because literally it's supposed to rain Friday night the 7th, which is when the dinner cruise is. It's supposed to rain, it's supposed to storm. And yeah, Saturday we were supposed to go to High Lawn, this other place in DC. But again, it's supposed to storm, the air quality is supposed to be bad. He has asthma, it's outdoors, it's just a lot. There may be supplemental, plans for that, but we'll see. And then Sunday we were supposed to just do like a family dinner, a family get together, if you will, and that's now not going to happen because I don't think his mother is going to be able to come. So, just a lot. This vlog is going to be called Everything All at Once is Going Wrong. And now to the part of me sitting in my house in the dark. Well, as you know, it's summertime, it's hot outside, and we live on the top floor. For whatever reason, our apartment only gets cold at night, and about this time during the day, the air is running, but it's not getting cool. And it's almost as if the air is actually blowing hot air out of the vents. So I have a 5-month-old in our house. I don't have time for hot air to be blowing out of vents. We don't have time for that. So I said, in my brilliance, I'm just going to turn everything off. I'm going to turn on every fan in this house, including our electric one in the room with Dylan right now. And then, I'm even more amped up because I don't know if I told you guys, but Dylan ran a fever last week. So just for about 10-15 minutes. Could be because of her teething. She also had a cold. That could have been it too. But either way, I do not want my daughter getting that hot again. Whether it be temperature, whether it be internal temperature, external temperature, I don't want her that hot again. So I said, well, fine, if the AC isn't going to do it, we're shutting it down. We done put in 16 different tickets to this apartment. These apartment people, every single time they come up here, it's a different excuse as to why it is or it isn't working. So at this point, we're going old school. We're shutting off everything. We're turning on all the fans. And this is how we're going to keep cool in this house. Because my family was over yesterday. My god sister, her boyfriend, my parents, my brother, my sister were over here yesterday. And when I tell y'all I got to 80 degrees in this house, it got to 80 degrees in this house. I was miserable. Absolutely miserable. But I can, even with turning everything off and running the fans, it's cooler in here now than it was when I was running the air conditioning. Just something else to bring to management, I guess. Which I will be making a phone call before the day is out. Okay? Because you're going to know about this before you leave for the holiday. Either way, welcome to another vlog. Jasmine is on her way to go get our food. I feel like I'm very up close and personal right now. But Jasmine is on her way to get our food because I'm starving. And also, my fast is up in another 10 minutes. 7 minutes. My fast is up in 7 minutes. So, I've just been sipping on my water, pretending that it's steak. And that's how I've been getting through all day. I am technically still on the clock, but who actually works during a holiday? Everything all at once. Everything all at once. We may still end up doing a little gathering, a little function on Saturday. But Hubs is real like, I don't want to do anything. I kind of just want to chill in the house and get some rest, which he deserves because he has to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning, which means he leaves here at like 3, which means he gets up at like 2. So he deserves, if he wants to just chill, if he just wants it to be his family, that's what we'll do. If he doesn't mind a little gathering of sorts, we can do that as well.
Hello.
Hey, baby.
Hey, oh yeah, real quick. I saw that picture on the, oh yeah, this is Dominican Republic all over again.
Soon, very soon.
Girl, look how I'm dark skinned.
I mean, honestly, they can't see me neither.
They can definitely not see me. They can't see you.
They can't even see your face anyway. Say cheese.
Cheese.
Okay, there we go. Jasmine's here.
Hi, y'all.
Here, her.
Hey,
here's her shirt. She brought me my food. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to her.
What do you see?
You can't live in Australia but not hear about
What do you
the hill
see?
song.
It's been a couple hours since I last checked in with you. Last time I saw you guys, Jasmine was here dropping off her food. Blah. Since then, we fell asleep. Me and baby girl, we were out for like 2 hours. And then the maintenance guy came. And he looked into our vents and stuff. I told him that it was like getting increasingly hotter in here when I turned the AC on. As opposed to when I had it off, it was actually kind of cool in here. And then he looked into some vents, said he'd be right back. I hadn't heard from him since. So I'm going to assume he's outside working something out, but it looks like it's about to storm, so I hope they figure that out sooner rather than later. But I did want to come on here really, really quick because I had actually done a video for like a day in the life kind of explaining where I had been. But I'm not going to post that because it got real like venti and like some of my business that don't need to be out. I was kind of putting out without putting it out. And it was just coming from a very like not good place. Like I wasn't okay. And I think I said in the video like, hey, heads up, I'm not okay. But here's a synopsis. So I have been gone because I actually have 2 video. Wow, words. I actually had 2 videos filmed. I had a Was It Trendy or Did We Like It video filmed, like Mom Edition. But that whole thing ended up blurry. My autofocus wasn't on or something, but none of the footage came out good. And then I filmed a Clean With Me. And again, I got those like lines in my video where like the shutter speed wasn't high enough or something. And I realize now that that depends on lighting, how the lines show up too. Either way, footage was scrapped because I was like, I'm not comfortable putting this out. Like, I'm okay with, I know sometimes it's just like, you just got to put it out, but that was just, I wouldn't even want to watch that if it was from somebody else's content. So I didn't put it out. And then in the video, I was just talking about, like the space I was in because of things going on in my personal life where I was being treated a certain way for implementing boundaries. And long story short of it, boundaries might be a cuss word to some people, to some folks, and it may be because boundaries is a form of rejection, boundaries is a form of abandonment, whatever the case may be. People don't like boundaries. And so that was the gist of it. I just went into a lot more detail than needed to be gone into. And I was just like, this is kind of sounding like, this is more shade than, you know, edifying. So I didn't want to put that out. So I just kind of scrapped that too. So that's 3 videos scrapped. 3 videos we just was like, we're gonna not do that because I just talked to you.
Yeah, the rain let up.
So you started speeding 5 minutes ago?
I didn't speed it. I was driving. Anyway, she said he's downstairs at the unit now. So I guess it might need Freon. That's what's happening.
Yeah, she said earlier that one of the units actually went kerplunk.
No, it's dry outside, so I think the rain is coming this way. So it's like never it's heavy as shit. Like
I actually don't think we're gonna be hit with.
I don't know hurricanes before. I had to slow down.
When institutional Chauncey.
Okay, real quick. I'm watching Secrets of Hillsong. And I feel like I watched something similar to this on what used to be HBO Max. But this is different because HBO Max didn't have Carl in it. This one actually is interviewing Carl Lentz. I'm going to get my feedback in a second.
By
Can we put in the room?
Yeah, the room. I mean, right here I can because she's
people in the church, a lot of musicians
I know.
come out of
Yeah,
the
put
church.
in the room. We can do it.
Brian and I are floating around our above ground swimming pools.
I mean, we just
And this is Brian.
Thank you.
Look at the goofy guy.
Dylan.
He was quite a net flange.
You trying to figure out what this contraption is? You honestly just want to watch the Lorax, huh? All right.
I found him.
Ma che mottita, tu fura!
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. And I'd like to say a few words, if you please.
And uses 96 batteries.
He put it right around my pallet. We got about a damn window. So I'm gonna wait.
So we buy it fresh. Turns out this machine.
I gotta see like right side of the head.
Huh?
Anything
It's raining so bad.
in the world, it's so
Cheese and crackers.
Well, I'd probably marry him on the spot.
That's rain.
I bet that sounds crazy.
Ted, honey, don't play with the
The what?
Mom, it's not really the time for one of your,
I don't know if y'all know, but me and Storms, we don't go together.
That's right, I forgot.
Storm's terrifying me.
Remember to put my teeth.
Hey. It's the light.
We saw that.
Oh, we did not. I was asleep.
Oh, let me paraphrase. I saw that.
It was great, but we have a long drive ahead of us.
you need to rest, don't you?
Bomb.com. Good afternoon, everyone. It is the next day, January 4th. Happy 4th of July. I just got finished, not just, a little while ago, I finished doing a reel for Instagram and TikTok for 3 waves for 10 days. Jasmine and I are I'm doing 3 waves for 10 days. I think Jasmine's just doing 10 days of content. But so far, I did yesterday, I did today. We are on move, okay? So right now, I am getting ready to wash Dylan's bottles. Dylan is down for a nap right now. So I'm washing her bottles while she sleeps so I can get ready to pack her bag for us to be out of the house. It's getting ready to get a little warm outside, so I figured by the time we need to leave to go out to my godfather's house, she'll be good and rested, and her bottles will be washed and dried, and then I'll be able to pack her bag so we can be out for the day. So I'm getting ready to do that.
what's your predictions about what would happen before?
Just trying to get us out the door. I did say yesterday that I wanted to give my thoughts on the multiple Hillsong documentaries that are out there. And you know, these are just my thoughts, you know. I'm not saying they're like Bible or anything, they're just my thoughts. I feel like, on the one hand, I'm like glad that things like these documentaries are coming out because, you know, with all the scandal and things that happen in the church, I feel like now leadership is more inclined to be more responsible with their congregants because we are now in the age of exposés. Everybody can get your information. Everybody can figure out what the heck you've been doing. And everybody's gonna want some sort of reprimand, some sort of consequence for your sneaky actions. And I feel like on the one hand, these documentaries are putting leadership on notice. You can't treat people and do anything to these people. Because at the end of the day, you know, spiritually and legally speaking, because you are leadership, you are more responsible and hold more consequence for your actions. So I'm glad on the one hand that this is getting exposed, right? I have a few hands on this. Another half a hand is like, this is honestly nothing new. In terms of like this being like news, like, oh, I can't believe that's happening. It's actually not a new thing. So, not that I'm saying that we should downplay it at all, but it's just not, it's not news. It's not like the Hillsong situation is the one and only time a church has taken advantage of its congregants, right? And then here's most of the hands. Yes, I feel like everybody should be held responsible for their actions. I feel like the Carl Lentz, the Brian Houstons of the world, absolutely 1000% should be and deserve consequences for their actions. Here's where I'm like, ooh, my lens is dirty. I'll get that in a second. Because some of the people they interviewed made it seem like the God they were worshiping was Brian Houston or Carl Lentz. And that's where I'm like, well, that's kind of where I think having great leadership over a church is not only a must, but it is a blessing. I think that if you find a congregation or find a church that has leadership you can trust, that has leadership that is authentic, that has leadership that is really concerned of the things of God, count yourself lucky, join that organization, whatever. But when you start putting leadership on the type of pedestal some of these people they interviewed put Carl Lentz at, I feel like that is where the original error is. I don't fault these people for what happened to them. I think that mindset of that mindset of what am I trying to say? Like putting all of your faith into a man. Any man. Putting all of your faith into a man. And then when that man makes a mistake, now it is all God's fault. That's where I'm like, agree to disagree. You gotta You gotta heal from your trauma, however you heal. But I would never, number one, I would never put God on the level of a man. Ever. He may be leadership, but he is still a man. And number two, I would never allow my faith to be determined by the leadership. So if I'm under a leader who a scandal broke out or ain't doing right by his congregants or whatever, that is now my time to reevaluate how that church plays into my faith and not how my faith plays into that church. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. And I'm really not trying to like dismiss their feelings. I'm not dismissing their feelings. I'm not dismissing what they went through. But I am kind of like, okay, learn from this and don't put all your faith in a man. If you happen to join another organization that matches your mission, you understand the mission, you understand the like what that church is about, and you understand the leadership is authentic and transparent, go for it. But I would rather you dismiss a church than dismiss the faith because of a church. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not watching it like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. It happens more than people like to think. It's just these people got caught and they happen to be a bigger church. I actually feel sorry for the churches that are on the smaller scale that have pastors who do the same thing, because nobody's reaching out to them. Nobody's trying to figure out if they're okay. Nobody's trying to, you know what I'm saying? So it's sad. It's sad how people can really take advantage of leadership. And then at the same token, leadership has to understand that they have to submit their leadership to God. And when you start having a God complex and feeling like you can lead by yourself, then you run into this. Then you run into this. Then you got to answer to God, because God trusted you with the sheep. You also might have to run into God, look out for God if he never called you to be a leader in the first place. But that's a whole nother situation.
Yeah, I'm outside in an AMG, right outside PT, two-turn baby, yeah, I'm outside in an AMG, right outside PT, two-turn baby, yeah, you know me, still with the ones that approve aside, all the people around me ride or they die, gotta watch the time cause it's flying right by.
Okay, Dylan's awake. She's strapped in. You strapped in, mama? You ready to go, mama? And we're getting ready to head out. Of course, my first stop is going to be Sheetz, because why is gas $1.77? I'm in there. Hopefully they don't run out. Hopefully. But yeah, come along with us for the day. We're now switching to my phone. See you in a minute.